Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to The Audio Analyst. If you saw my coverage of the 2018 Rocky Mountain Audio Fest published at Enjoy the Music, you may recall how absolutely captivated I was with the performance of the system that earned my Best of Show honors there. As I revealed in that coverage, this was the first time the public met both the latest entry from the VSA flagship series, the $250,000 a pair ULTRA.9s, seen behind me, driven by the uber sexy, sublimely versatile, and unflinchingly powerful $150,000 valve amplification company Statement 450i IQ integrated amplifier. The VAC Statement 450i IQ was the strikingly triumphant integration of the $80,000 VAC Statement phono stage, $80,000 Statement line stage, and the $120,000 a pair two-chassis Statement 450 IQ amplifiers. The result was one very large, frighteningly beautiful, and arresting sounding integrated amplifier. I was honored to review this breakthrough integrated for the Absolute Sound, published in issue 305, May-June of 2020. The ULTRA.9 is essentially the bottom half of the Von Schweikert Audio world-class ULTRA.11, a 7-foot-tall monolith that employs 14 drivers per channel. The first of the new breed of VSA Ultra products, it would be the more practical reimagining of the late Albert Von Schweikert's swan song, his Statement VR111XS, a $750,000 one-of-a-kind, 6-chassis, cost-no-object loudspeaker created for a longtime customer. I covered the launch of the exceptional ULTRA.11 at Expona 2017 at Positive Feedback with issue 91 in May of that year. As a 6-way, 8-driver, sealed enclosure dynamic loudspeaker, the ULTRA.9 stands 50 inches tall, is 12 inches wide at the base of the front baffle, flaring to just over 32 inches wide at the base of the rear baffle, and weighs in at 500 pounds each. But hearing the ULTRA.9 driven to magical perfection by a Kronos Pro LE turntable and the VAC Statement 450i IQ was an absolutely transformative experience. While I had to mull over my decision, I knew that I had to have a pair to replace my then reference VSA VR55 Active. And so it came to be that after reviewing these speakers for the Absolute Sound in issue 298 in October 2019, my ULTRA.9s landed here in early June of 2020. I also covered their addition to my system here at the channel with episode 6. And for anyone interested, all these articles and episodes are linked in today's description section. If you've followed my 3 decades-long Von Schweikert audio journey, you may be aware that the late maestro, Albert Von Schweikert, worked with Dr. Oscar Heil as his research assistant at the ESS laboratory in the 1970s, where he developed the linear phase crossovers for the Heil air motion transformer. He also developed the core concepts behind his G.A.I.N, or Global Access Integration Network, and A.I.R, for Acoustic Inverse Replication, crossover approach in the late 1970s and early 1980s. These two principles have only been refined and enhanced over the decades and are part of their singular crossover approach, allowing their speakers to more completely decode the original recorded sound field. Their unique crossover approach used in VSA's Ultra lineup focuses their basic philosophical design approach, that it is, after all, the microphone's voltage signal that is recorded, not actual music. As such, this distinctive crossover network and driver configuration is engineered to recreate a dispersion pattern that more closely simulates the pickup pattern of the recording microphone and leverages the delivery of a specifically derived signal to the rear baffle driver array. This attribute allows the ULTRA.9 and its brethren of VSA loudspeakers using this unique approach to create a more credible and authentic rendering of the rear ambient sound field. The resultant sonic envelope is much more realistic, more corporeal, more get up and walk around in or reach out and touch the performers and instruments throughout the soundstage. There are many exceptional loudspeakers available today, and they each have their own strengths. Now, if, like me, your reference is the live musical event, I think you will be as reluctant as I have become to give up their remarkable, magical ability to recreate the spatial component of recordings more concisely once you've experienced it. Their ability so credibly exalts and intensifies the suspension of disbelief, allowing you to more easily forget you are listening to a recording, delivering a semblance of liveness that is unmatched by any other speaker from any other manufacturer and at any price in my more than 5 decades of chasing this particular dragon. But when considering VSA's move to implement the foundation amplifiers, the obvious question here becomes, what motivated the change? Why introduce a new Foundation Series amplifier? Albert Von Schweikert and I discussed this very point at some length. The reality of the matter is that there have been absurdly significant advances made in the technologies applied to and materials used in Class D amplification over the years. These improvements include the development of more efficient switching transistors, refined modulation techniques, and the use of superior, more innovative materials. Newer Class D amplifiers provide dramatically higher output power, enhanced control over speaker drivers, and much cleaner signal reproduction compared to earlier designs. Additionally, innovations using isolation transformers and implementing pure analog signal paths have contributed to lower distortion, faster transient response, and better integration into a wide variety of room environments. Collectively, these advancements have elevated the performance and versatility of Class D amplifiers, making them a preferred choice, especially for subwoofer applications in high-end audio systems like the Ultra series of loudspeakers. These new Foundation series of amplifiers are hand-built, sourced from a manufacturer in Southern California, and are custom-built to specifically meet VSA's needs. This allows them to deliver very specific capabilities, including independent gain control, incremental, fully variable phase integration, not just the binary options of 0 or 180 degrees, fine incremental adjustment of the crossover frequency, and a low frequency management control at approximately 25 Hz, offering up to 10 decibels of boost or cut. The original amps simply offered the options of off, flat, or on, adding a preset boost to that 25 Hz region. Further, unlike other subwoofers using active DSP that receive their signals via interconnects from the line stage, a strategy that almost assuredly introduces signal degrading time or phase or both distortions, The ULTRA.9 subwoofer signal is the very same analog high-level input signal used to drive their woofers, taken directly from the main amplifier. This ensures that the tonal character of the user's primary amplification will be perfectly preserved across the loudspeaker's entire bandwidth. Another monstrously significant impact made by the foundation enhancements is the implementation of precision-wound Swedish Lundahl isolation transformers, which play a significant role in electronically decoupling your system's amplifiers from the foundation amplifier. This has the benefit of providing galvanic isolation for DC separation, optimal impedance matching for maximum power transfer, as well as offering more precise signal tracking with lower distortion and zero signal delay. It also prevents interaction between stages, reducing noise and unwanted oscillation, improving overall efficiency, and providing much cleaner signal transfer. So, what does this new foundation amplifier contribute to elevating the already world-class performance of the ULTRA.9s? At the risk of oversimplification, the difference is its significantly lowered noise floor. Now, how does that translate into what I'm now hearing? Your first thoughts may suppose that such a change would be marginal at best, that perhaps one might perceive some enhancement to the speaker's low-frequency performance. More control, faster transient response, more refined pitch definition, elevated dynamic expressiveness, even a more enhanced rendering of the spatial and layering properties of the resultant soundstage, and space and sizing of instrumental images. Well, all that is true, and there should be no surprises there. But if you think that would represent the limit of their impact, you'll be surprised to find that you are missing another arguably even more significant contribution. The more accurately controlled and minimized distortions these amplifiers provide, and the resultingly significantly lowered noise floor that affords, contribute to a significant unmasking of mid-range information. This effect is a result of a psychoacoustic phenomenon known as frequency masking. It occurs when high-amplitude, low-frequency sounds, particularly those under about 250 Hz, overpower and conceal the lower amplitude details contained in the roughly 300 Hz to 5 kHz bandwidth. Their markedly improved control over this excess low-end energy eliminates the concealing of those more nuanced effects, allowing subtle harmonics, textures, and definition to become more clearly audible. The resultant level of musical information uncovered, the elevated degree of detail and texture revealed, is both surprisingly revealing and remarkably powerful. The resultant performance increase is realized because the subtle, low-level nuanced material that was previously smeared, veiled, concealed, overpowered, or in any way shrouded is now able to be resolved. And let me assure you, this upgrade affords as significant an enhancement to the ULTRA.9's resolving power, escalating its ability to more vividly express nuance and detail, as was realized with the installation of the Von Schweikert Audio Center Stage 2 footers discussed in episode 125 from June of 2023. This already near peerless loudspeaker, after the installation of the new foundation amplifiers, now exhibits more authentic bass weight, impact, pitch definition, and impressive musical scaling. Its enhanced resolving power reveals a new degree of transparency, uncovering a previously masked precision to its entire bandwidth, from the sub-bass on up through its uppermost octaves. This newfound precision renders sharper, more direct, localized images, more refined layering, and a greater degree of the air and spatial character of recordings. The result has the effect of more meaningfully establishing the space between instruments, creating a more cohesive, three-dimensional sonic picture, more clearly establishing the acoustic size, scale, and atmosphere of the recording space, and providing more explicit and essential three-dimensional cues our brains use to accurately map the soundstage. If you've followed my written work or this channel, I'm sure I've made it clear just how remarkably engaging I have found the performance of the VSA ULTRA.9s to be, and right from the moment I first heard them. But the comprehensive, near all-inclusive degree of improvement realized by the installation of the foundation amplifiers not only brings my ULTRA.9s to current production specification, but delivers an elevated level of performance that surpasses every expectation I had imagined possible. Should you have the chance to experience the remarkable performance of any of the absurdly sonic superstars from Von Schweikert Audio, the Ultra 5, 7, 9, or 11, I would urge you to take advantage of that opportunity. But be warned, once you experience the powerful influence of their immersive level of engagement, it may be next to impossible to accept anything less. I know it was for me, hence my enduring commitment to the ULTRA.9s as my reference loudspeaker. And I hope that the broader message here is not lost on you, that you will all recognize the full value of the lesson outlined here today. That is the realization that the sonic advances described here don't apply just to my ULTRA.9s, but in fact may be expanded to describe the general relationships between amplifiers and loudspeakers. The better the attributes of the amplifier used to drive your loudspeakers, the more rewarding their performance will become. As always, thank you for taking the time to drop by today. Further information on supporting the channel and my efforts here may be found in today's description section or at my companion website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.